So what Molly and I have been doing, can we just, this is just so pretty.
I told you. I'm gonna live here.
We're gonna live here. No. Ow, fuck. I just smashed my earring. Okay. So what Molly and I have been doing, recuperate. What Molly and I have been doing is walking wherever we want. Yeah. We tend to stay away from tourist destinations, though right now it's not too bad because it is low season. If we're going to a tourist destination, we usually try to walk our way there from wherever we're staying, or we'll take a bus to the tourist destination and then walk as far back to our accommodations as possible, or at least to the next town or something that involves miles and miles of walking. Because we've found that we end up in the most beautiful places like this. We are just walking along the side of a road. We're literally just in a ditch right now.
Well, and the ditch is like a cliff.
But the ditch is also it's a beautiful ditch.
It's not a ditch.
But it is. It's like a Scottish ditch. It's a beautiful Scottish ditch. Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, like, walking, you get, like, it just passes by slower because you see it all on a bus or in a car.
Exactly. You tend to run into all of those, like, tiny, beautiful moments where a lot of people don't do all of that walking, so you end up completely alone and just surrounded by nature and all these things that most tourists miss. This would be better if you were in the video too, because you keep talking off camera. You wanna come sit over here, please? Sit right here next to me. Yes, come here.
No.
Come here.
Stop. I can't move.
You suck. Scoot over. This is where I can be. Okay, what was I talking about? Basically, walk everywhere. That's what we've been doing. If you want any of the views that you've been seeing in this video, we've literally just been walking for miles and miles and miles. What else? Bring lunch. Definitely pack lunch. We've just been eating like cheese sandwiches every day and clementines. Can I swap spots with you? You can hold the video.
No.
You have longer arms than me. This is good. You're gonna be my human tripod forever. Wow. Yeah, bring lunch. When you're staying in hostels, buy your own groceries. It'll save you a lot of money from eating out.
Like pasta?
Yeah, we've been eating a lot of pasta.
And a lot of hostels have free pasta?
What?
Yeah. Did you not know this?
We have not been eating free pasta?
Yeah, there's free pasta at our hostel right now.
Why aren't we eating that?
I've done it.
No. The noodles.
A lot of hostels will have like just like a random free food bin, which is usually a really weird thing. Sometimes there's like porridge. But you shouldn't really plan on surviving off of that, but it's there if you really need it. And pasta's really cheap anyways, so.
I don't know what else. Oh, I've gotten a lot of questions about how I've gotten such cheap flights to places. And for the most part, I use Skiplegged, Skyscanner, and Kayak. But I don't use Kayak to book. Usually I use Kayak. If you have to kind of look on their page, or you could type in Google Kayak Explore, but it pulls up this map of, if you don't really care where you're gonna go, it pulls up a map of the world and where, like how much it is about to fly to specific places from your starting point. And then you can use Skyscanner or Skiplegged to book your flights.
You can actually do the same thing on Skiplegged. You can just type in your airport of origin, and then you can type in anywhere into the destination, and it'll come up with the cheapest flights. Most of them are going to be like near you, so you kind of have to scroll a little bit.
That's why I like Kayak's Explore feature, because you can see the whole map versus on Skiplegged it's just a list.
Yeah.
But you also, if you know where you want to go, Skiplegged is good because they have a little timeline thing that you can scroll across.
It's like a graph of when flights are cheapest.
Yeah, so if the date that you put in originally is a high price, it'll show you on the graph, like if it's at the top of the graph. If you move the date over just like slightly, sometimes the graph will go down and it'll be like $300 cheaper. So that is how I got a like $200 ticket to Ireland. One thing I want to say about Skiplegged is, so Skiplegged is usually very cheap, because what they do, and I like this works mostly for the US, the way that, I mean, I book all of my flights through Skipleg mostly. The reason I really like Skipleg when I'm flying in the US is what their system is they look through flights where you may be skipping your second leg of a flight that you book. So I'll give you an example. So Minnesota, if I'm trying to get to Colorado, there's a lot of flights to Los Angeles with a layover in Colorado where, so if I was booking a direct flight from Minnesota to Colorado and it's like $500, and then there's another flight, Minnesota to Los Angeles with a layover in Colorado for $200. Skipleg will find those flights and show them to you, and then you can book that flight for $200, and then you will just fly to Colorado and you'll get off in Colorado and you won't continue on the flight. So it's a little sketch, but it's so much money. The reason I'm mentioning this is because if you do this, do not
Tell the airline.
that, but also don't check your luggage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I've almost done that before, or where they're like, oh, we're accepting like luggage, like when you're at the gate and they're
For
like,
free.
Yeah, and they're like, you can check your luggage for free. I've almost put my luggage on, and then I'm like, oh, I'm not going there.
It would go to LA instead of Colorado.
Yeah, and so it would go all the way through, and so don't do that. But book the flight. The flights are nice. They're super cheap, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, I promise this is not sponsored. I just really love Skipleg.
Yeah, it's a good way to go.
That's the way I've booked all of my cheapest flights. So if you don't feel comfortable with it, then, you know, that's yeah, I don't know. I have never really had a problem with it, so just give me options. So
My arm is so tired.
I'm sorry. I'll take it for a little bit.
I have your
We're
tripod.
teaching you. Oh, give me that. This I bought on Amazon, and it's a selfie stick. Everyone always asks me how I take my photos while I'm alone, like when I was living in the van. And it's this thing, because it comes, my clicker is in my purse right now, but it comes with like a little Bluetooth clicker, and then this bottom part, I can't show you. Let's see. Open it, yeah. It opens up like that, so it's a little tripod too. So that's how I take my videos and photos when I'm alone, or if I want her in the picture. Ooh.
I never thought I'd be the person holding a selfie stick.
Oh no, I just realized you look like that in public.
I know.
Oh, I didn't even think about it. So, I don't like buying return tickets. That's fine. Make sure you know the visa requirements or like the stay requirements before you go anywhere or book a ticket. A lot of places with America has like a 30-day you can stay.
Or 60.
30 or 60 day stay. That's okay for Americans as a visitor. But you do need proof that you're going to leave. And so be prepared with that. When I came to Ireland, we had already booked a ferry to Scotland. The lady asked me, oh, how long are you staying? And I was like, well, I don't know when I'm going back to the US, but I am leaving Ireland on December 5th. They tend to be kind of skeptical when you don't have a return to home ticket.
Well, and then they ask you,
Well,
you're like, if you have the funds, like they'll
Yeah.
ask you for your bank account.
yeah,
like,
so
if
they want to
approved.
know that you can get back home. Like
well,
you're
and that
going
you
to
have
leave
enough
eventually,
money to
or-
stay in the country for the amount of time you said.
Yeah, so like she had me pull up my like internet banking app and show her how much money I had in my account and like stuff like that. I know I've gotten asked weird questions when they're questioning like your identity. I know I don't look anything like my passport photo, so I have had people who are very skeptical. They'll start asking me questions about like, where did you go to elementary school? And you get very flustered, or I do, and start questioning my identity. But
Yeah, well, my guy was like asking me about her too, so like,
which we all know is confusing.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I'm meeting up with her in a couple weeks, and he was like, what does your sister do for a living? And I was like,
she lives in a van. I don't know, she doesn't do any. I know somebody, like the lady asked me what I do too, and I was like, nothing. I don't know.
customs can be difficult.
Customs can be difficult. And then
There's other countries that just really don't care.
yeah, they're like,
Go to Sri Lanka.
yeah, Sri Lanka is just like, cool, you're gonna spend money here? We like that.
Egypt was like, give us $25 US for your visa.
In a place where we had no access to US dollars.
At like
which was
3 in the
nice.
morning.
3 in the morning, yeah, that's a whole nother story.
We're very off topic.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna continue our walk now.
My hands are full.
Yeah, my hands are full too.